Hi there, this is Allison Court, and you are listening to my voice, talking to you on Pro Teaches Noobs. Who are you calling noobs? I'm not me. I'm not the noob here. That might be... Oh, you might want to talk to that dead chick or the one that hangs out with the ghosts. Hey, Beetlejuice, we have to get to the netherworld. Wait, were you saying I'm the noobs here? Could you two please stop bickering? I'm looking for my brother. Oh, man. Is he lost again? I don't know that he wants to be found, or he certainly doesn't want to be found by you. Anyway, let's go to the mall, get some chili fries. Chill out. No, are you not aware that we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse right now? How can you two just fool around like this? Get it together. Grow up. I'm just a teenager, so I think I'm gonna go hang out with my dead friend. Okay, bye. Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my mutant friends because you're kind of dull and total buzz killer. Okay then, I guess I'm on my own. Jubilee, wait!
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Duke. To have with me, Ingrid.
Hello.
And today, well, first I got Ruby here. You can't see her because she's not in frame, but trust me, she's here. You can tell I'm at my parents' house, so she's gonna be a pain in the ass. Ruby. Yeah, she knows that she wants to hold my show with hostage, so I give her treats.
I sympathize. Papa likes to try to jump up on the chair to get me to give him treat.
That's one sec. Stop it! Knock it off, bro. Knock it off. Sheesh, that dog. Here, down here. Stay there. Okay, but yeah, with Ingrid here, it's obvious we're going over the Godzilla versus Marvel one-shots that came out. Now, we haven't figured out if we're going to be doing this in separate or in one go. We'll figure it out depending on how well the reading goes for this one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys remember when we went over the Marvel and the Marvel run of Godzilla and how it was all right. It got better towards the end when it actually started incorporating things.
Really did not make as much use of its premise as it could have. It sort of felt like the Marvel characters were kind of tacked on until the last couple of issues.
Yep, well it feels like they're making up for that mistake. As now we've gotten 6 one-shots, each of them standalone. But yeah, we have, and starting with Godzilla versus the Fantastic Four, with Adam Kubert on this awesome cover, Ryan Norris writing, and John Romita Jr. on interior. They pulled in all the stops, getting their best talent and everything involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, and look at these variant covers.
Oh, those are neat.
Yeah. Oh, they always have these ones. Bro, it's versus Godzilla, not dressed up as.
Silly, that's so silly.
Oh, that does make more sense. Oh. But yeah, let's get started. The Baxter Building, New York City. Talk about a revolted development. Quick, everyone, to the Fantastic Car. Could what it says on the radio be true, Reed? Perhaps. It's almost too apocalyptic to believe. When the creature first attacked Tokyo, we came as quickly as we could so that the Fantastic Four might lend a hand. But we arrived too late to even observe it, let alone stop it. Thankfully, the brilliant Dr. Daisuke Hirasawa and his Oxygen Destroyer had managed to defeat the deadly beast at the cost of his own life. I would have loved to have collaborated with a mind like his. I love that detail alone.
They did that. It sets up the continuity immediately.
Yep. Only it seems that defeat might not have been as permanent as we thought. You ain't lying, because the creature
absolutely within the realm of possibility.
And yet, it could also be the second one. Yep, you ain't lying, Johnny, because the creature is back clear as day. But Godzilla's got a Fantastic Four problem now. Flame on! And it looks, I gotta say, Romita's Godzilla looks Showa-esque, but also looks just plain like a toy.
Yeah, that's a little silly. I feel like if you had made the eyes just a little bit smaller and pointier, you would have avoided it, but...
Right. And if what it did to Tokyo happened to New York, oh, it won't. We're going to take this creature down fast, too. Starting with a fine, and how'd you do from the Sting? And these force field blasts from the Invisible Girl ought to be enough to make it reconsider. Great thinking, Sue. And if not, my patent fireballs will tip the scales. I gotta say, kid, that bears nicely with a clobbering. And just to be certain, I'll stretch myself out and make myself a fist capable of taking down Godzilla. Wham! Okay, is he supposed to be knocked out? He was more like, you just made me mad. Doesn't it?
Yeah!
How do you like that? Looks like the monster. It looks like a monster, but it's actually a milk stock. But and that's true. How did manage to nearly take out Tokyo? It's almost like it's not done with us yet. Oh, holy Hannah! Sue, if I hadn't shielded us, taking all my strength and then some, we'd all be dead. Well, it would be. I don't know about you, sis, but I feel like I barely survived this thing as it is. His breath is enough to almost make him feel it through her force field. Now, granted, this is early, Sue, so you can take that for what it is. Yep, we're all lucky to be alive. Normally, I'd recommend we go recover and undergo treatment for our radiation exposure. I'm afraid I will have to wait. We're out of time, and Godzilla has reached New York. As the Fantastic Car is signaled out of its holding position, the Fantastic Four come up with a plan. Those buildings, and there was people there, hundreds of them, and there's countless more in Godzilla's path. An evacuation order is gone out. But if we're going to stop this monster, we're going to need something bigger than the four of us. I have an idea, but it's not going to be easy, and the cost may well be catastrophic. Anything we can do, we have to try it. Just be damned. We need to save whoever, and we can. But how can we stop a monster that can kill us with just a thought? Hey, we're headed back to the Baxter building. That's right in its past, big brain. That's intentional, old friend. I intend to take the entire New York State power grid and feed it directly into the Baxter building, creating an electrical booby trap when it smashes it. Of course, but honey, those modifications will take time. Indeed, Sue, and we have so very little left of that. I'll need to be inside the building when we do it. In short, while this attack should neutralize the monster, I believe it is likely to kill me. Well, you ain't doing this alone, stretching this won't help when a building drops at you, but strikes might. And force field. Heck, I might be able to melt away out of the debris. No, I won't allow you to risk your lives for this. Reed, there's no time to argue. Given the choice between your certain death and the four of us having at least hope of survival, I know what choice I'll make every time, Reed. Come on. We're the Fantastic Four, not the Fantastic Corpses and the three buddies. You are both collectively and individually the greatest friend I've ever known. Let's go. And so, quickly, we have to match these electrical mains to the interior building support. I'm preventing the electricity from arching through you, but I can't hold it forever. Godzilla's almost here. If you're going to do something, now's the time. Oh, and yeah, here's the this will be the setup for all the interior credits.
Ooh.
Yep. Now. Good news, kiddo. We ain't dead. So it don't necessarily feel like it. Holy Hannah, I'm going to be smarting for a week. And not a moment too soon, Ben. I don't think I have anything left. Same. Turns out it does take something out of the human torch when you drop a building on him. And fascinating. The rain seems to have stopped too. Could that have been an effect of Godzilla's appearance? Or even a cause? They don't appear to be related. Uh-oh. That's because it's not stretched. Look at the sky. They're flames. But the last time that happened was the Watcher disguising the Earth, trying to hide it from the Herald of Galactus, the devourer of worlds. Yeah, but the Galactus ain't got a Herald no more. The Silver Surfer is trapped here on Earth after defying him. See Fantastic Four, Volume 1, number 50. True, but if this indicates Galactus is returning and he's acquired a new Herald, then may God have mercy on us all. Oh, crap.
Well said.
But today there was no mercy and no hope, for today is the day that King Ghidorah comes to Earth. Silver King Ghidorah!
Ooh!
Kept the fire and the rain from the Monsterverse version.
Oh, yeah.
It took all we have to stop Godzilla, and he only had the one head. I hate to say it, gang, but I'm running on fumes. Same. It ain't like the FF to run from a fight, but we can't beat that monster. Correct, mortals. You cannot, and I cannot either. Like you, I sensed the disturbance, and also like you, the Silver Surfer came to witness the coming of King Ghidorah. My cosmic senses can scan the memories of this creature. It is an unspeakable, destructive force, a being of pure malice, and relishing only in death and destruction. And the moment Galactus encountered King Ghidorah, the last one left on the planet after the creature itself destroyed its own world. Ghidorah destroyed his own world? That's new!
I believe it, though. I absolutely believe it.
Yep. Was also the moment Galactus found a herald capable of taking Earth. This creature now has but one mission, to destroy we who defend this world, so that Galactus can consume our planet unopposed. Surfer, perhaps by attacking with the power cosmic you might... No, the unbridled power of this herald is leagues above my own. It would destroy me as easily as it will you. But we can't just give up. Look, I'll get a second win, okay? Yeah, we can work together. Together. Even now, you strange humans seek affiliation, even companionship. Perhaps there is yet a salvation that might be snatched from these snapping maws of defeat. If I were to share my cosmic power... Yeah, that's more like it. You make me cosmic and we'll team up and... No, you misunderstand. We are not the right people for this fight. We cannot take down King Ghidorah, but Godzilla might! The agony...
I don't mind. You always love to see it.
Yeah, unbearable, but I must persevere. I must yield my power cosmic in the most extraordinary act of trust ever seen on this world, and hope that Godzilla can save us. I got you, Sylvie. Regular Surfer. Is he okay?
I'm sorry. I find that nickname so funny.
Yeah, remarkable. Without the power cosmic, he's just a man. But that means... Cosmic Godzilla!
Oh, boy!
Boom, boom. Oh, Matt? Kaiju Exterminating Service. Yeah, sure, Matt. That's the writer, of course.
Oh, I love little cameos like that. It's just...
Oh, look at this.
Oh, damn.
It's not enough. Godzilla's losing. And we don't have the luxury of waiting for a second win. If Earth is divided, we have to fight now. You heard the lady. What do you say, Stone Dome? You think we could help Godzilla? Matchstick, you couldn't hold me back if you tried. Come on. It's collaborating time. Flame on. Easy, big guy. I'm on your side. I'm firing flame blast at Ghidorah. Not you. Hey, I think he gets the idea. Yes! Fantastic! You sure you know how to aim me like this, big brain? Not at all, old friend, but I'm certain we have to try. Works for me! Gangway! And here's again you, kid! Right, huh? I maybe didn't think this completely through. Hey, we're making this a fight, but New York is still being destroyed. We need to end this now. We could just distract King Ghidorah long enough for Godzilla to get an unexpected hit in. So what? You're going to turn Godzilla invisible? King Ghidorah wields the power cosmic. It still knows the big guy even invisible. True. But King Ghidorah demonstrates attention, which means it can be distracted. My experiment, honey. Of course, that's how we defeat Ghidorah. Wait, can you explain this big idea for those of us in the cheap seat? When I turn things invisible, Ben, I do it by bending light around them. But if you can bend light, you could do a heck of a lot more than just make something disappear. And there's something I've been trying to pull off for a while. And seeing as we might never get another chance, if I focus, I might be able to alter some things on a apparent scale. Kind of like a giant funhouse mirror, only three-dimensional. How'd you like to be a giant Ghidorah scale distraction, Ben Grimm? Well, you just make sure to get my good side, Susie Q. You got yourself a deal. Hey, King Ghidorah! Why'd you pick us so in your own size, huh? That's right, you big three-headed lug. The ever-loving blue-eyed thing is calling you out. That ain't what I said. I sound like you flame brain. It's approximate, and I believe Ghidorah won't be able to tell the difference. Sure, and what about my door in public? This is gonna be all over the news. Skreek! Hey, what's the matter, King? What's the matter? Can't get your maws on what ain't there? Behind King Ghidorah, Godzilla blends his heat ray and power cosmic together, forging a weapon with power enough to kill the gods. In one terrible moment, Godzilla unleashes it all at his three-headed foe. And thus, Earth found its salvation in the efforts of four remarkable heroes and in a monstrous creature named Godzilla. Reed's research log, supplemental. You're in a state of rebuilding. Godzilla managed to knock the power cosmic out of King Ghidorah, freeing the three-headed creature from Galactus' control. It then returned to space, to voyage back to its world, to follow some agenda of its own. It is, as yet, impossible to say for its part. Godzilla returned to the ocean and, perhaps unexpectedly, surrendered the power cosmic back to the Silver Surfer. I can, however, draw conclusions from known data. We know Galactus is still out there, somewhere, and we know he has designs on devouring this world. His herald failed, so we must presume, and we've at least bought ourselves some time before he returns again. But as we've learned, it may take a monster to stop a monster. The Godzilla versus Galactus battle now seems inevitable. And if it is, can any of us hope to survive it?
Oh, damn!
How was that for the start?
Oh, that was a very strong start. I definitely already see it's much, much more improved compared to their initial outing of that decades ago.
Yep. And I think we can get all of them in one video.
Yeah, these are short enough that I think we can get them all.
Yep, Godzilla. Yep.
Okay, good.
Now that looks like a Showa costume.
Yeah, this is making me realize just how much the eyes on a Godzilla costume can make and break the entire design.
But here it feels intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Marvelous and Monsters Marvel Mayhem. This one's a knockout. Well, folks, that's all the time I got for gum bumping, and because I reckon it's time for you to mosey off. Everybody at Thunderbolt Ranch is busy working on our most dangerous project ever, capturing and pacifying Godzilla. Is that a euphemism for? No more questions. And Jackson Kyle, the Daily Bugle, Texas. Excuse me, General. What do you say to the Americans who think the Hulk is alive and in a basement gulag under our Thunderbolt Ranch? Well, you got my goat, Mr. Gills. Hop in the bird. There's something I want you to see. Thunderbolt Ranch extends down into the ground almost 80 stories, and there's national secrets, eggheads, and monsters I hope will never see the light of day. But the Hulk is deader than Elvis. The 1980s are just around the corner, but Thunderbolt Ross is still taking care of business. Now, this is a drastic alternate universe, and I gotta say, Bruce is definitely not a good guy in this world. We'll see why.
Boy!
Down in the aforementioned bunker, a brilliant scientist with a big secret roamed. He had learned the art of meditation, and it had been a few years since this man lost control of his temper. Dr. Demonicus! Dr. Banner, remember him?
Oh boy!
Will the containment hold? Don't worry not, Bruce. My kaiju incinerator will be more than enough for the so-called king of the monsters. Just be sure you and Ross do your part. You kill Bing Bang Boom and Hulk, Surtur, and so many others, but not Godzilla. How do you intend to do it? This is Texas, son. Bagging big game requires some big bait. It just so happens we have an ace up our sleeve. Camunga, the giant spider, had trapped the mild-mannered Mothra. Mild-mannered? The winged wonder's shrieks of pain were heartbreaking, even to the most calloused of hearts. Ross's ace was the contraption on Camunga's head. Dr. Demonicus devised a plan so devious that it sent chills down the spine of the other Thunderbolts. They had failed to kill Godzilla for years, and now Dr. Demonicus had enslaved the angry arachnid. Once again, I object to this. Surely there was a less cruel plot to lure Godzilla here. Ha! You radiate weakness, Banner. All these abominations must be cleansed. My control of Camunga may not last long, but the cries of Mothra will be too much for Godzilla to resist. They have showed some camaraderie in the past. And what happens when Godzilla's off the board? What will you do then? Look at me. Look at what this war has cost me. My body has been desecrated in this fight. I am hollowed out from within. Nathan, so. I am these kaiju have utterly destroyed me. Be grateful, Dr. Banner, that you have no idea what it's like to be a monster. So Demonicus has been pushed to the brink here.
Oh, damn!
Dr. Demonicus' demented plan worked, exactly like the mad scientist hoped. The English squad of Mothra summoned Godzilla to San Antonio. Damn it, Stern is down. Repeat, call sign leader is down. Send medics. Oh, the leader. In this case, he wasn't the leader. He was just an air pilot. All right, Samson, get the civilians clear and get me to the barn. I got to get my Bronco. Yes, sir. Banner, meet me in the barn. Copy that, General. General Thunderbolt Ross had fought in war for almost his entire life. Most of them filled history books. Some were secret, but the war to end the kaiju threat had his most difficult charge. He sent many men to their death, but he was always willing to pay the ultimate price. That's why he always led the battle from the front lines. Today's climactic battle with Godzilla will be no different. Okay, sir. We just want to establish a baseline on skip the egghead slop, son. Close the hatch and get me into that fight. All right. Good hunting, sir. This is Banner. I'm ready to deploy. My pre-flight check is all green. Thunderbolt 1 and 2. You are clear to engage Godzilla. Be wary. It's highly likely the giant lizard has some affinity for Mothra and will be angry at her mistreatment by Camunga. Launch 2 Mechagodzillas!
Oh!
I like it how they're treating this like this is like an issue in the middle of a long run history. Kind of like versus the second Millennium one. You know which one I'm talking about. The one that was the alternate history?
Oh yeah.
Oh, which one was that one? Godzilla.
Was it the Monsters All Out Attack one?
No. It was the Megagyrus.
Oh yeah, Megagyrus.
Yep, it's like they're playing it up like this, where it's an alternate history where Godzilla's been roaming for a while. A rebuilt Mechagodzilla should be more than enough, and the performance of these machines have been vastly improved by Tony Stark, and no longer need to remote pilot them. May Stark rest in peace. Godzilla may have crushed him, but perhaps his genius intellect will help us finally be rid of the scaly curse. So Tony's dead!
Well, shit! I can't say I'm surprised, though. Everything else has been looking pretty bleak.
Yep. The heat can barely stand it! All right, keep him looking at you, Banner. I'm going to open a can of 4th of July on this loud. Good Lord, we'll be trapped down here. Perhaps we'll all die today, but we're dragging Godzilla to hell with us, redirecting Camunga to attack. Camunga, ignore Mothra. Attack Godzilla. Make sure Godzilla isn't snaring your web. Press the advantage. There is no tomorrow. There's a Thunderbolt 1. He's knocking me into the damn spider. Get in the game, Banner. I can't handle this all by myself. Oh, boy. Camunga's webs were like steel, but they were no match for the Jade Giant Godzilla. This is Banner. Thunderbolt 2 is being disarmed. Literally!
Oh, damn!
Scream on! Demonicus, do something! This monster is taking out both of our Broncos. You said you had a failsafe. Time to empty the gun, Doc. Yeah, It is time for me to do something. It's time for me to pay everyone back. The monsters and the men who have brought me to ruin. Oh, jeez! I have waited a long time to catch all my enemies at one place. We have been hunting kaiju for a long time. Godzilla can't be controlled. But if I told you how I plan to kill him, you never would have let me. You see, I have been slowly breaking down the bodies of the monsters in my incinerator. But I've also been creating new life. It is a new monster, one that will call the kaiju forever. And rather than a constant war for dominance, we will simply have one single dominant ruler. Damn it, Demonicus! What the hell kind of cocktail are you spewing? If you're a hornswoggle, be all...
My God, Demonicus didn't build a kaiju sarcophagus. It's an egg, and it's hatching!
Do you remember what price you said you would pay to kill Godzilla, Ross? You said the magic word. Anything. Well, gentlemen, meet anything. The horrible amalgam monster. Behold, Hedorah!
Okay, that's a really clever origin in this timeline.
Yeah, instead of it being trash and smog and all that, it's the combination of all the dead kaiju.
Okay, yeah. Bringing back a bunch of dead kaiju as like a science necromantic slurry, that's pretty badass.
Yep, I sliced the most deadly and robust traits of all the kaijus we've slain from Bing Bang Boom on down. Death will be our salvation. Hedorah will be a scourge. He will be the only one I will have restored balance to the planet. My creation will be more than enough to take down the so-called king of the monsters.
I can't eject! I can't! Systems offline! I'm trapped! The monsters are crushing the hull!
I want to live! Some secrets slip out. Others burst free. Today was the day that Banner's rage escaped its cage. The Incredible Hulk was free once more! Hulk hates robots! And Hulk hates bugs! But Hulk hates Fly Monster most of all! Puny Banner hides with stupid yelling mustache man. Banner works against Hulk with thunderbolts. Hulk hates Puny Banner! This is unexpected. It won't do it all. How would this be possible? If Hulk was Dr. Banner, I wonder who we buried in that grave. Right. How in the hell is Hulk alive? And Demonicus, call off your sludge monster, or I'm going to give you a lullaby with my boot! Hedorah is melting your mecha. Are you sure you would like those to be your final words, Ross? Ha ha! Hear that, Ross? Hulk laughed at you! Hiding down inside your metal suit, pretending to be strong like Hulk? Don't know what's more humiliating. That you laughed at me, or you're saving my bacon! Hulk hate Ross. Now Ross gets a sink off for every day you live. And if you're still alive, who's in the Hulk's grave? Hulk, not the monster. Banner is. Banner always blames others for his problem. Bicycle boy Rick Jones was his patsy.
So in other words, they killed Rick thinking he was Hulk.
Oh, oof.
Now, Ross, shut up and watch. Hulk smash all monsters! Perhaps Dr. Demonicus' demon would have succeeded. The sludge monster penetrated deep through the soft spot in Godzilla's armor. Its eyes! Dr. Demonicus' monster was dissolving Godzilla faster than it could heal. The optic nerves were the first to go, and the sludge monster pushed towards Godzilla's brain. But Hulk hates big lizards, but not as much as garbage monster! Hulk hand hurts! Ah, Hulk, you small-minded dolt. You can't fight Hedorah. He's the perfect creation, a child of my superior intellect in the DNA of hundreds of monsters slain by the T-Ball. Can you hear me through what's left of the Mechagodzilla's Hulk? I want you to know that soon you'll be as dead as Godzilla and all the rest. I all say Hulk is monster, but I'm wrong. Maybe your dumb mouth was wrong about Godzilla too. Hulk saw Banner tickle hard with electricity one. Now Dr. Hulk save Godzilla! Hulk, blood help lizard. Grab your reins tight, dear reader. The eyes on Godzilla are now gamma green. Hedorah had the advantage in every way, especially size, but not anymore. Now it's Godzilla's turn to smash! Hulk Godzilla!
Oh, damn!
Yeah!
These fusions are gonna be a trend in these, aren't they?
No, not only for the first three, and for, I'd say 5 out of the 6.
I don't know, that's still enough to constitute a trend for me.
Right. The fury of Godzilla burned with the anger of the Incredible Hulk, and in a single powerful blow, Hedorah was no more. No! Not when I was so close! Dr. Demonicus was right about one thing. Today was the day he would die. Ah! Hulk knows pain of humans using Hulk. Hulk free, big dumb spider. Hulk is strongest one there is, but Hulk, no one wants to prove that today. The gamma radiation takes a toll on any being, even Hulk and Godzilla. Both monsters collapse as their gamma ray subsides. And a short time later, Dr. Banner was awake, and it was the Hulk who was slumbering. So, you finger that poor kid at the Hulk, and then let us kill him. Give me one good reason not to pull this trigger, and Banner. Well, my calculus on not pulling that trigger is easy. I wouldn't make Godzilla angry. We monsters stick together, Roz. I don't have any choice about the monster and me, but you can give up yours, Roz, if you're strong enough. How was that?
Ooh.
What did you think about that one?
Huh.
I thought it was good, but a little too in-depth with the alternate universe.
Yeah, I feel like they could have cut out a lot of that and still gotten most of the premise across. It's just like, it's a one-shot. You're not going to do anything more with this.
Right. Now, granted, the writer is doing the Godzilla destroys the Marvel or smashes the Marvel Universe, but he is that wasn't tied into it.
Yeah, it's just like,
yep.
Sometimes you can succumb to scope creep.
Oh, look at the artwork on this one. This is the best one, hands down.
Yeah, I love the composition here. It's so dynamic.
Oh! You'll see. Oh, look at that. Oh, perfect mimic of the original artwork.
Oh,
yeah. Ooh. That looks like, that should have been Spider-Punk if you ask me. You know, with the flashy lights. Man, do I love New York, but someone's got to do something about the crime. Oh, wait, I'm someone, the amazing Spider-Man. Just getting back into the swing of things after some time out of town. So rocking this fool's clock is the perfect excuse to stretch my new thread. Confused true believers? And doesn't our pal Spidey sport the ladies red and blue from members only? Keep reading, and all will be revealed. Nick gives you the down low. Oh, and this shouldn't come as a shocker to a pro loser like you. Ha! Lucky you're already dressed in black for your funeral. It's been a wild couple of weeks. Basically, this is going to be an alternate take, a divergence, because he just got back from Secret Wars. It's been a wild couple of weeks. Glad to be dealing with something manageable like this, Mook. I fought a Secret War in a battle world all the way across the universe. I also picked up the new Duz. Hulk pointed Spidey to the automatic alien and Atelier that gave him the new suit. Secret Wars #8. New Wave Nick. Big talk. Big talk. Yeah, but you've never quite lived up to your potential, Shaki. Don't think today's the day. Stand still and I'll potential your teeth out of your skull. Shocker's using his vibro and gauntlets in a new way, but I've also had an upgrade. This new suit is so fresh, it makes my own webs. Its own web. It's more durable than my old BJ, doesn't bunch in the crotch, and transforms into my civilian gear with a thought. I love you, new suit. And today, I'll show this city the full destructive force of the Shocker, and you're the perfect crash dummy. If this guy spent half as much time working on his tech as he does half-baked criminal marketing, he'd be dangerous, but not as half as dangerous as my love life. Running with the black has been wild. I know. Those are some extremely considerate threads, however, and you don't know the half of it. I'm glad Spidey's gotten so into his sexy new costume and not asking about my new bad luck powers. I can't ever tell him I got them from his enemy, the Kingpin, and see them Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 89.
One little hiccup here. He shouldn't be showing his face to her because she shouldn't be knowing he's Peter by this point. Because when she did, she's like, hey, you're nobody. Little hiccup. Sport all the new gear you want, shocker. Inside, you're still the same loser. Easy, Parker. For a second there, you almost sounded like the world's worst boss. Parker, you quit college. Honestly, we don't know why he did it either. Stay in school, kids. More like they kicked you out, you dunce. You can't compete with Eddie Brock and the Globe if you keep selling me the same old slop. Think bigger. Well, as it is, though, I've got no complaints about life. Oh my Godzilla! Oh my Godzilla! And Godzilla, force of nature. Look at this! Look at this! That is the best!
Oh yeah, that's really good.
It looks like the high side version. Our favorite. Force of nature, king of the monsters, protector of Earth, and enemy of humankind. Godzilla is enigmatic and mysterious as its origin. But one thing is for certain: whenever it makes its source into the Big Apple, utter devastation follows in its wake. Call a timeout of this one? That's a good idea. See if you can vibrate the new webbing for me. Thanks. I need to rethink my life choice. Copper top for pickup. The last thing I remember hearing of Godzilla was when he tangled with the Hulk. That's punching way above my class. Remember that battle from a few weeks ago, right? If not, please pick up your... So it ties into the Hulk, Godzilla versus Hulk, even though it shouldn't. They're playing it for laughs. You can never tell this whole book is played for laughs.
Yeah, big time.
But there's no reasoning with it, no talking with it. I can only hope to help some civilians while we wait for the Avengers. Looks like it's searching for something. That's my building. Of course it is. Why wouldn't Godzilla be headed for my place? Parker Luck even attracts kaiju. Wait, who's that? No, it can't be. Mary Jane! I picked the wrong day to make my big return to Manhattan. Magnetic Mary Jane Watts has been making hay in Hollywood as an actress, model, or something. Not sure, Nick. Jump, Mary Jane! Mary Jane! Would I jump? Oh my God! Peter! Poor girl. She probably wanted to surprise me, and now I have to put her at ease. I'm sure your friend Peter is fine, Miss Watson. But now it's not the time to play pretend, Tiger. You know? I've known for years. I'm a model, not an idiot. All right, she's a model. But how? Not a priority. Right. Sorry, right. Setting aside that bombshell, I'm going to deal with this literal disaster. Are you going to be all right? I'll manage to get and to go do. I'll manage to go do. But we have a lot to talk about. Spider! I saw that monster demolish your apartment and thought the worst. Black Cat, are you injured, lover? Lover? And thank goodness you were able to rescue this fashion victim, says the bozo in the literal cat suit. Okay, let's take a step back and make a proper introduction. Later, when we're not all gonna die. We have a few seconds now, Spider. Indeed, lay it on us. I don't know what's scarier, getting caught between these two or facing the king of the monsters. That is an all-brainer. Get Mary Jane safety now. I'll try to distract the big guy. I don't blame him. I would not want to be caught in between my ex and my current girl.
Yeah, that's just awkward on so many
Give
levels.
me Godzilla any day! Too close. But I got his attention away from the ladies, so that's a very, very small win. If I can keep his attention on me, then maybe I can lead Godzilla back to the west side where there's less to wreck. Miss me, now you gotta kiss me. Hopefully that doesn't make Kate and Kat and MJ any more jealous. Yes, blame it on my magnetic personality. Or that Parker luck, but it's working. Let's hear it for the boy! Come on, my singing's not that bad. Roar! Swinging and swinging, whipping and swipping. It's all I can do to stay sane in an insane situation. Just a few more blocks and scream! Godzilla's roar and Peter roars, and Peter feels something break. Not bones or muscles, those are battered by the sound. Something deeper, something that was a part of him, but now and not of him. Screams, something not of this world. What the? Something alive. My suit destroyed by a roar. That makes no sense. And am I nuts or did it scream? There, it's attached to Godzilla and it's spreading. Why? The suit always responded to my thoughts. I was definitely thinking that I needed help against the big guy. Scream! Is it trying to assist somehow or... Oh no. All this time I thought the properties of the suit were due to it being alien fabric. It never even occurred to me that it was a living being! Look at that!
Oh, damn!
And look, it's the Godzilla symbol! Instead of the spider symbol, it's the Godzilla symbol! I brought an alien to Earth, and now it's bonded to the strongest creature known to mankind! What have I done? What have you done, Peter Parker? One innocent mistake on a planet across the universe has co-signed the Earth to destruction. A wordless connection ensues between the King of the Monster and a figure known only as the King in Black!
Ooh.
From Venom 3? It's null! It's null! A godlike being once tasked by the Celestials to keep the universe in balance. The King in Black chose instead to watch the universe devour itself. The mob is symbiote horde. His existence demands pain, disruption, and death. Co-opting powerful beings to ensure its will. But the King of the Monsters has demands of its own, instinctive, unspoken. An 8,000-ton surgeon, Godzilla awakens only to excise the Earth of the cancers that plague it. The arrival of the alien symbiote very much required its attention. So it came hunting for the symbiote!
Oh!
Okay, this feels like it looks like high sci, but it's mixed with Monsterverse.
Ah! Makes sense.
But at this moment, its mind drowning in an alien consciousness as old as the universe itself. Godzilla can only lash out in pain as the symbiote burrows in and tries to take control of its body, feeding off its endless energy within, corrupting the kaiju's presence, and the cancer begins to spread. Grab those civilians the way you grab your ill-fitting jumpsuit, cat. Harry, follow that completely average box-eyed redhead. Every nerve in my body's telling me to run away and never come back. But I brought that thing here, and Godzilla followed it, I think. I must figure out a way to help or die trying. We haven't seen a costume change this outrageous since Bombastic Bagman. First true believer to name this new suit receives a shiny no prize. Time marches on. Each minute, a symphony of destruction as the symbiote alien feeds on Godzilla's ambient energy, growing ever stronger. Yet the monster does not yield complete control. Cold comfort to those caught in its wake. But Godzilla's fighting spirit is the only thing standing between freedom and consumption of Earth. I feel sick. This is the worst idea I've ever had in my life. And I've had some bona fide bad ideas. Friendly neighborhood Taylor calling for one G-Zilla. But I have no other choice. Let's make some alterations, big guy. The alien suits basically exploded when Godzilla roared as up close and as personal. Maybe it's weak to sonic. Since sound is just the air vibrating really, really fast, the shocker's gauntlets calibrated to the frequency of Godzilla's roar might hurt it. With an upgrade, of course. But a full story of how Spidey got back into his original Union suit. Science shockers geared and liberated the Mole Man's kingdom in the process. Check out the upcoming Tangled Web of Spider-Man miniseries, Plot Holes. Get it? Yep. To paraphrase the words of Melissa Matheson, who helped the little Stevie Spielberg send an alien right off. E.T. Go Hell! So it's the humor that keeps you and Lover together. Think I prefer the strong silent type. You can have him. No backseat. I'll pay you. Like every molecule of his body screamed. He hears nothing but the whine of acute tinnitus. Parts of him are ruptured and will take months to heal. But Peter Parker's final thought before his body inevitably meets the unforgiving concrete ice. I'm sorry, I did my best to fix it. I hope it was enough. When his limp body is caught before impact, he realized it was. I wish I had my camera. Scream! Oh! 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 Manhattan shrieks to the bedrock as the King of the Monsters declares all-out war on the alien symbiote. But the creature has begun to adapt, and it will take more than raw strength to kill it. Luckily, Godzilla's body also adapts. Take him here, big guy! The King of the Monsters has more to give. So much more. Whoa! Temporary quiet falls over Manhattan and ash falls like snow. Yes! Yes! You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me, Troy. All future supersuits will be made in the USA by me. When I wake up in a million years, ouch! The king of the monster retreats to parts unknown. And days later, in the process of rebuilding Manhattan begins anew. Schooler, I knew I'd find you. God, what an idiot! Told you you could have used a longer lens. Hope you go to the great beyond happy and knowing that your photos will be published by Eddie Brock. If these develop, it'll burn that punk Peter Parker big time. Why does Brock hate Peter? The answer to that can only be found in the epic, amazing Spider-Man 300. And I'd do anything to ruin that guy's life like he did mine. Huh? Get off! Help! Stop! Stop struggling. We have work to do. We are God Venom! But that is a story for another time. The ever-loving end. How was that?
That was a lot of fun.
That was batshit insane.
It's just like, okay, we have this premise for this crossover. Yeah, I'm just going to have fun with it the whole way through. None of this matters.
Yep. Now we got Godzilla versus X-Men. No, they're not going to make Godzilla a mutant. Oh, look at that. Oh.
It's also a small thing, but I also like how they have Gojira in the katakana in these headers. Yep. It's something small, but it makes it feel just a bit more authentic.
Yep. The Imbari shipyards, Japan, Sunfire, Shiro Yoshida, capable of generating superheated plasma, used to being the one who brings the heat to every occasion. Not even Japan's protectors capable of withstanding the power of Godzilla. This is the creature on third attack in as many weeks, and no one considers the specific nature of the targets a coincidence. It's been years since Godzilla has been sighted. The people of Japan hoped it was gone for good. Somebody almost felt insulted for never having had the honor of facing an unstoppable king of the monsters in battle. Now he regrets having been such an arrogant fool. Yet another Sasagi robotic manufacturing facility falls prey to the monster's might. Xavier's Institute for Higher Learning in Westchester, New York, is a very special school for very gifted students, mutant, those born with exceptional gifts. Professor Charles Xavier teaches his charges to protect a world that hates and fears this kind. The irony of this moment is not lost on him. I thank you for granting me an audience, Mr. Kanito, and I assure you, Sunfire was right to recommend my assistant. I am wary of suggestions that do not involve very large weapons. It has been tried repeatedly, Kanito-san, and it has failed. All this creature knows is force. We have to respond in kind. Godzilla's actions have been specific and consistent, which speaks to reason motivation. You make excuses for the monster, Xavier. I can't condone or condemn what I don't understand, Henry. And so, Charles, because it shows reason, you hope it can be reasoned with? We would be remiss if not making the attempt, Val. But should peaceful methods not succeed, the preference of the Tsunagi CEO can be served. The Danger Room, training facility for the X-Men. X-Men, and Max lens opening on my visor, and it's barely enough to penetrate the anticipated density of the creature's hide. Cyclops, Scott Summers, generates optic blast of pure force. Man of mine using 100 words, and man of mine using 100 words when forward due. This thing is tough. Aurora, coming your way. Jean Grey, telepath and telekinetic. Its emissaries are emissions are more than just fire. There's a radioactive component to them. Storm, Aurora, or Monroe manipulates the weather. Not surprising, considering the creature's origin. And for the record, Gene Scott only used 19 words. Beast, Hank McCoy, hyper agility and super strength. And Wolverine, Logan, healing factor, and adamantium skeleton and claws. Let's talk more action.
speaking of which, the Commission of Superhuman Activities has accepted our assistance. Dr. Valerie Cooper and Henry Peter Gyrick are drafting formal arrangements with the Japanese government and downloading our exercise data into a central Shi'ar processing hub is part of your informal plan. I'll truly desire a meeting of the minds with the creature if possible, Scott, but we should also prepare to confront Godzilla on its term. That's easier than done when your opponent is over 100 meters tall. I imagine it's fortuitous then that we are working on getting taller. CSA Storage and Depot, A01 Boulder, Colorado. I'm in, and target is 4 levels down, 3/4 and breaks to the north. Why can't this ever be in the first room I break into? I have target acquisition, but getting it and to the thing is always easier than getting things out. Super Adaptoid, non-sentient construct made of unstable molecules, able to replicate superpowers. Gambit, Remy LeBeau, charges optics and the energized projectile. Luckily, my little complaining Cajun were prepared for that. And two, to get it out there and out does get easier when you have a few PIM particles handy. Toshigi Manufacturing Facility, Isha Bay, Nagoya, Japan. Days later, they don't stop. They never stop. They hunt Godzilla. They hound Godzilla. Every step they take is always a step towards self-destruction. The king of the monsters defends itself. They escalate. Godzilla obliterates. They protect each other by harming the monster and its kind. But in the name of security, they threaten the safety of all. And the parts we lost in Godzilla's attack were subsidized by our partners in America. Production is being completed at an offshore site, and the manifest will be delivered in 2 more days. And as always, they escalate. 2 days later, the Shuniki cargo ship is approaching from the port facility. The creature is below the surface. Hank, join us now. I'm coming, Professor. Setting autopilot to hover mode. Really wish you just took it to Godzilla without all of this. We lack the time to train for fighting any giant size, Remy. Mind links the X-Men are used to. Whatever is on the ship, it is generating great turmoil within Godzilla. I cannot read the creature's mind, but its rage is palpable. Connecting to the super adaptoid via mind links through this portable cerebro unit will be unsettling at first. But to stop Godzilla, we will have to work together as never before. The monster! We will never dock in time! Wait! Look up there! It breaks the sound barrier at re-entry. A telekinetic shield deflects the heat as it plummets through the stratosphere, feels the weather. Memories of adolescence on the veiled storm cloud and roiling. It reaches out, sensing static electricity in the air. And then, basically they're all combining all their powers into one body!
Oh!
I ride the conviction currents, electronics spread at my fingertips, creating plasma. My eyes see red. I force them open. So much power, too much power. Will it be enough? Indubitably, this gestalt is cumbersome. And talking like that don't help, Hank. Let's react with the big words. And talking like that ain't helping, Hank. Let's talk on the big words, and so Logan can keep up. Allow me to still the cacophony, my X-Men. Let the urge to control your own movements flow through me. Scream! Xavier, I'm almost there. Can you hear me? Through our link. I can, Shiro. And even for all of its combined power, can the Adaptoid withstand the monster's onslaught? It most certainly can, Shiro. When considering that beyond even our power, the construct has also absorbed size-altering PIM particles!
Ooh!
The king of the monsters senses a surge of power from the thing before it. Godzilla has faced dozens of powerful opponents, but not even the big guy has felt the combined might of the X-Men hitting all at once. Its rage is unparalleled, though it knows we are not its enemy. We are an obstacle to its goal, and therefore which must be eliminated. I maintain the channel link to the Blackbird sensor array. There is a massive mechanical activity being detected inside the cargo ship. In danger! They already escalate and always escalate. It poses a danger. It must be destroyed. Screen on! Whatever's in that ship is coming out. Oh, my stars and gardener. Guess this is the part of the show where thy enemy of our enemy has become our friend. Because I'm pretty sure nothing coming out of a ship that says Trask on it is going to be friendly to us. Tri-Sentinel Mecha Kaiju. Contain the forms of Biolante, Batra, and Fire Rodan. Basically, mecha versions based off of Sentinel tech, all combined into one giant mech based off of 3 kaijus.
Oh man, that's just everything but the kitchen sink at this point.
Yep. Just one sec. Just one sec. Nathan, down. Turn it down. Turn it down. I'm back. From now, yep. Godzilla has shifted his attention from us to the Tri-Sentinel. For now, we are not capable of defeating them both. Oh, no, Shiro. We should work together to defeat the true threat here. Barometric pressure spikes, hot and cold air collide, generating wind gusts of 200 miles per hour. The surge forces the Tri-Sentinel higher, leaving it exposed to... And let's see if some old-fashioned claws that got it do the trick. It's been badly damaged, but now it's an even greater threat. We have so many civilians not evacuated because, Scott, many of those here thought they would be safe from the Tri-Sentinel they created. Kanito-san, run! Could you sense it through our link as Jean and I can scan their mind? So much fear and anger, insecurity and doubt. So afraid of being diminished that they create the very means of destruction they claim to deter. Ugh. Press on our advantage. Godzilla understands our unified approach can prevail. Jump! Can't you ever just say, go kick the crap out of it? Godzilla senses impending triumph, but more. There is a sense of pride and accomplishment, a motivation of satisfaction. Their fear grows, their hate grows. They make bigger weapons. But if after all this time there is one thing that Godzilla has proven, it is that no one is bigger than the king of the monsters! Majika, another battle ends. Another battle won. But the war won't be won until the reason for the fight ends. And it can't end so long as humans like this continue acting the way humans this do. But would ending the life of one human really make any difference? Please don't! Godzilla, no! I still can't link to the creature. Its thoughts are not formed by words, but by emotion. I can feel its frustration, its exhaustion. So then, in turn, let us, if Godzilla can feel our hope. There was a battle between Godzilla and a monster named Ingrid. It was 1955. Kanito's father was part of the newly established Japanese Defense Force and died in the mayhem!
Ooh!
And you hated the kaiju from that day forward. But Godzilla wants you to know that it did not kill your father, Kanito. It was there trying to stop Angerus. Godzilla did not deserve your misguided hatred, Kanito. You side with a monster? If there is anything mutants can relate to, it's the loneliness of protecting a world that fears and hates us. Godzilla leaves knowing that the threat is over. Knowing these mutants can be trusted to deter the humans who can't be. For now. Thank you for your help, Shiro and Shiro. You always make it interesting, Summers. Be well, all of you. If not a kaiju to despise Kanito-san, what would it be then? A mutant, perhaps? Perhaps. Sometimes it takes looking no further than a mirror to see who the real monster was all along. Probably the weaker one.
fun ideas they were playing around with, nonetheless.
Oh, and now we get the Avengers! Oh, look at these covers!
Very, very good.
Stay back, Bubs! Only Bing Bang Boom can stop Godzilla! Look who else is involved!
Ah!
Astoria, Oregon. Now, some of you might not remember this, but I wasn't exactly in favor of this new Avengers team of yours coming together. And this poor little town below us is exactly the reason why. You helped destroy it. Did you know it was the first permanent American settlement west of the Rockies? Now it's rubble! I'll admit the town is a little damaged, but destroyed is a bit of an exaggeration. We did save a bunch of lives. Rebel, stop being such a drama queen, Maria. The town isn't even close to being destroyed. It's kind of close. I've seen worse, but that bridge is a mess. And considering what we were up against, the size of the threat we encountered, then I think we handled the situation quite well. If you say so, Iron Man, but that bridge is going to be expensive to replace. Yep, the bridge wasn't my fault. No one said it was your fault, Wolverine. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I wasn't anywhere near the bridge when it came down. The bridge was unfortunate, but it can be rebuilt. Let's try to be as positive as we can. Stay focused on what happened and keep one thing in mind. We were outmatched and unprepared for the challenge we faced from the very start. When the Avengers are called into action, we're supposed to save the day with minimal damage to the property and absolutely no casualties. Hey, I did the best I could. No one got hurt much. I'll have you know it's really difficult to swing from webbing. I mean, really swing when there's no tall buildings. It has to do with kinetic energy and gravity. Since I dealt with Sping Bang Boom before at the time, it makes sense to focus my attention on him. Maybe that was a mistake. And well, mistakes happen. We live, we learn, we grow from the experience. I don't need more experience like this. Just because I have unbreakable skin doesn't mean I don't feel pain. And I have unbreakable bones made of adamantium. Hey, I feel pain too, bub. I never thought I'd say it, but I really wish we had the Hulk with us. Thor would have been nice too. Thor's easy on the eye, but the Hulk, you could just point that big green rage machine at the right direction, say to him, Hulk smash, and your work is done. Instead, what do we get? We get a giant robot swooping down from out of nowhere, and I don't want to speak for anyone else, but that always throws my game off. Where the frick did that giant robot come from? I just hope the robot's on our side. It's okay. This is Jet Jaguar, a robot designed and built by Goro Ibuki to handle situations involving kaiju, just like this one. He's definitely here to help. Does that thing look like a jet to you, Lou? Looks more like a jet than a jaguar. Quit looking at the robot. We still need to get these civilians to safety. Looks like Jet Jaguar is steering the fight away from the town. This will help keep injured and property down to a... what's that? Don't throw him at the bridge! I could use some help here. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough web fluid on Spider-Woman. Can you? How many times do I have to tell you? I don't do web. Forgot. Sorry. Bing Bang Boom is stuck. We still got trouble. Man, are you okay? Those burns look painful. Not as painful as about to happen, Bob. Hold on. Put it down. And this is all interesting, but something is missing from the narrative, and I'm trying to make sense of all this. Really, I am, and I'm trying to be patient. And this is an impressive knockoff, but it's clearly not Jet Jaguar. And seriously, this doesn't look like a jet or a Jaguar. The problem is none of this makes sense, and I'm all out of patience. Does this look like a jet to you? You already asked me that. Give me that thing! I want to know what you were thinking bringing unauthorized Mega Mech into a kaiju hot zone. She is so annoying and you smell terrible. What do you want from me? Half my skin and hair was burned off. You know I can hear you, right? Oops. Busted. Maybe I'm not making myself clear. What is it the three of you call yourself Kaiju Busters? It was bad enough you were chasing giant monsters like it was some kind of game. Now you got a Mega Mech? A badass Mega Mech. We're just doing our part to help against the growing Kaiju threat, like my uncle did when he built the original Jet Jaguar. Your uncle is Garabuki? Who? Yes, I am Bonnie Ibuki. My friend and I just wanted to make the world safer. So we used Uncle Goro's original design specs to build our own version of Jet Jaguar. You expect me to believe three kids build a Mecha Mech that can grow up to 150 feet tall without the use of pin particles? 150 feet without using pin particles? Impressive. I agree. What I like about this, it feels like something out of a cartoon era.
Yeah.
Or like if the show had continued.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Bonnie Ogin and I aren't kids, and we don't call ourselves Kaiju Busters. We're Kaiju Chaser United from Godzilla 2000. Get the name right.
Remember that?
Yeah, well, that's the name anyway. Oh my, someone has a bad attitude. I like his attitude. Reminds me of me. He smells better than you. Get the name right. I'll tell you what I'll get right. My foot in your... Please, Agent Hill, just ignore my friend Sebastian. He's hot-tempered. I can explain everything. We want to do more than sit back and watch helplessly while the monsters like Godzilla wreak havoc. Check this out. You think this will work? We decided to build a new model of Jet Jaguar from material we salvaged. I can't believe we've done it, but it's almost complete. And when it was done, we were ready for action. All systems are up and running. I hope it works properly. There's only one way to find out. Just so I'm clear on this. You built a version of Jet Jaguar using material salvage, and you decided to use this robot to built to fight monsters. Did you actually test the robot out to make sure, I don't know, it worked? Well, technically it does work. Does it work the way we'd hoped it would? Not really. We built that thing to kick Kaiju ass, and that's what it did. Until it didn't. What went wrong? What went wrong? That's a great question, Mr. Captain America, sir. Something must be wrong with the artificial intelligence program that powers Jet Jaguar's brain. We have to get him away from Godzilla. I can't believe this is happening. You think something went wrong with Jet Jaguar's programming, but you don't know for sure. I'm just glad no one blamed my webbing for what happened. I thought your webs would be much stronger. No offense. Look, kid, I hate to be that guy, but honestly, that robot of yours as well, I'll say that robot's whack. Whack and whack? What is this, 1986? Who cares what the robot looked like? What matters is that Shellhead's plan was stupid. Trust me, this is a good plan. Set the guy who can fly, and don't drop me. I've got it under control. Really? This is the worst plan ever. Let's go and get these people off this bridge. No hurting, bang, boom. I can't watch. No, this sucks. Scream on. Wow, this doesn't look promising. Everyone behind me. Now, and listen to me, because it's the last time I'm going to say this. Put the truck down. But it's not a toy. Put it down. Ding, bang, boom. Never thought I'd be saying this, but I need to talk to you. Yeah, sure, the first field can hold that thing. And it'll hold, and besides, I think his legs are broken. I hate Kaiju. Is it just me, or does it look like Bing Bang Boom's about to cry? I don't know, but why is he wearing underwear? If the underwear had pockets, it would make sense. But why a giant dragon need pockets? Look, you kids, would you all please stop talking? You're here as a courtesy, but I need you to shut up while I conduct an interrogation. Ask him why you attacked Godzilla. That's what I'm trying to do. If everyone would just stop talking, excuse me, Mr. Iron Man, but how do you know Bing Bang Boom is a he? What? And yeah, for all we know, Bing Bang Boom may be a female of the species. It's a him because he's wearing shorts, but not wearing, it's okay to say bra. Then please stop this conversation. This whole book is making fun of the Bendis era of the new Avengers. I've never seen a kaiju wear any kind of clothing. Man-Thing doesn't wear anything to cover his Man-Thing. Wait, is he a kaiju? Shut up! It's not fair! What's not fair? Do you mind? I'm the one asking a question. Bing Bang Boom is king of monsters. Bing Bang Boom is king of monsters. Bing Bang Boom is what? No! Why are you here? You know king of monsters. Bing Bang Boom is king of monsters.
Do you hear King Fan Fing Fang Foom? King Fan Foom is talking! Do not walk away from Fing Fang Foom! Oh! Whoa!
That's a sad story. Pathetic. He just slapped you around with his tail? Really? All this started over who gets bragging rights of being called King of the Monster?
Big Fat Foom is King of the Monster.
Okay, you keep telling yourself that, Mr. Foom. In the meantime, can someone tell me what happened with the other King of the Monster? The one that isn't locked up on a force field? That's a good question. We need to get this lazy and giant lizard away from the land.
What were they thinking joining the Avengers?
Don't worry, I do this kind of thing all the time. That's right. Steer Godzilla towards open water.
I'm pretty sure this is making him angrier.
Just keep poking him and blasting it. Oh, poor Jet Jaguar.
This totally sucks.
Maybe we can rebuild him. Look, Godzilla's heading back to the water. My plan worked. I'm a little confused. Is it over? I don't see this as being a victory. Cap, in this friendly neighborhood Spider-Man scorecard, this is in the win column.
Thanks to my plan. And get back here. I ain't done with you yet, you friggin' lizard.
Is he always this delusional? It seems worse because he's half naked and his brain's been charred to a crisp.
We can rebuild him. I know we can. But should we rebuild him? As long as there are kaiju running wild, we have to do something.
The first thing you youngsters need to do is learn how to act with responsibility. We will, Mr. Captain America. You should never use a giant robot in the field if it hasn't been thoroughly tested. But look at this craftsmanship. What kind of Jaguar looks like that? Don't get me wrong, because it does look cool. I can't wait to see the look at Maria Hill's face when you explain all this to her.
She's totally responsible. She'll understand. Reasonable. She'll understand.
She will?
Well, I was being sarcastic, Luke.
Well,
that was weird. But last one.
Goofy, but it looks like we'll be closing on a high note.
Oh, big time!
Japan, a forgotten force in a nameless valley. In the beginning, there were gods, oh so many gods. Then came the beast to defy all the gods had made, one beast slaying at a time. Welcome to the Citadel of the Hand. Here we honor the beast by celebrating his greatest gift to man, nothing less than the highest form of human expression, murder. Murder in all of its exquisite forms. None have celebrated this gift more than the ninja of the hand, yet our clan remains incomplete, headless. As Archpriestess, I have searched for many years to find our Dark Lord's promised Messiah, the one true fist of the beast. Recently, I believe I found our fist in the form of the world's most accomplished mass murderer. But in the end, Frank Castle, referenced the one that was done a couple of years ago, proved himself a great disappointment, and I realized how wrong I've been. That's why you lot are here, the greatest convicted killers alive, spirited from your jail cells all over the planet, so we may at last bring the fist and the fist of the beast to the bloody life. That's all, and what the hell is all that supposed to mean? I mean, you want us to kill for you and that it? Well, why don't you just say so? What is it you're wanting us to get butchered? You misunderstand. None of you pathetic creatures are worthy of being the beast's fist. You are barely but molehills next to the glorious gore-spewing volcano. I do not need you killers to kill. I only need you to die. She was a fool not to see it before. The Archpriestess told herself, rah, rah! For years she had sought the greatest killer alive, those whose very footsteps wrought destruction, whose every breath bestowed a blessed massacre upon the world, a world left trembling at his feet. There's only one monstrosity that has ever walked the earth, a monster fueled by restless souls of those lost in war, and now resurrected. Oh, this is a follow-up to Giant Monsters All-Out Attack!
Ooh!
Because it's not the restless souls? And what was the only thing left of it? His heart! And now, resurrected with the freshly spilled blood of murdered murderers, rise, O fist of the beast, the Archpriestess intoned through her grin, by the unquenchable rage be reborn. Gods and rise! Godzilla, king of the monsters, king of all killers! Days later, Tokyo. Godzilla, run for your life! Godzilla is... The world thought Godzilla dead after its rampage through Yokohama 20 years ago. Its body was obliterated, leaving only a blackened heart upon the seafloor, a heart that never stopped beating, a heart filled with furious rage, the rage of Guadalcanal and Iwo Jima and the corpse-held beaches of Okinawa. Enough rage to trample cities and gut continent, to leave this plane reeling through space, ringed on its own innards. In the name of all that is unholy, look at it and tell me, have you ever seen anything so beautiful? Yup! That's the GMK, Godzilla! Look at it!
Oh man, I do like the variety of eras we're getting with the different Godzillas people have chosen. It keeps it from feeling too stale.
Yep, such a blessed morning. Today begins the great red age of the beast, and no force can dare stand against the fist of the... There are no warnings, no rumbles or flash, not so much as a raindrop. 1 second, the sky was perfectly clear. The next, the clouds screamed thunder. A hammer fell like lightning, and suddenly there descends a hurricane of godly wrath. From the distant halls of Asgard, the mighty Thor heard the prayers of the dying and desperate. The All-Father of the realm eternal knew a dragon when he saw one. A dragon with eyes as lifeless and cold as its breast was searing hot. The god of thunder did not waste his time trying to reason with such a creature. After all, Thor was not the god of reason. Storm up and storm up and storm of Midgard. Hear the call of your All-Father. Wherever the creature treads on land or under the sea, destruction follows. So let him take where he can do no damage. The mindless lizard fancies itself a god, then let it walk where only gods dare tread. Come, Godzilla, try thy luck in the heavens. That day, God fought Godzilla in the skies above Tokyo. Clouds were scorched into blackened scabs as the sky became a gaping wound. Raining fire! A blizzard of ash and god blood howled from the summit of Fuji to the Arctic shores. Roars and thunder shook the land across 4 continents as the battle raged for hours. Archpriestess, what can we do? Pray, child. Pray to the beast. Pray that a god dies today. Roar! Unstoppable Asgardian versus unkillable monster, which immortal force would prevail. And either way, how long could the earth endure such a clash? By Odin's bloody beard, Mjolnir has riddled in this creature with immortal hope than there are knots in Yggdrasil. Surely now must scream. Yes, Godzilla's even stronger than before. Stronger than when it slew Mothra and King Ghidorah, the last of the guardian monsters. Truly, the power of the beast gushes through its veins. Godzilla cannot die. Keep praying, you bastards! Enough! This creature of hell has roared its wrath. Mjolnir, let us open up all of the distant Shunchamin. Godzilla, from the lands of the frost giants, blows your frigid doom, you bloated worm! Kerning! Weeks later, remains completely frozen under constant guard by the self-defense force of Japan, prompting an uproar from the scientific community who insist the creature must be studied. Further and protest and calling for the monster's immediate execution. Taurus offered to hurl Godzilla into the sun. Halt! You have entered a restricted area. State your business or you will be fired upon. Calm thyself, soldier. I am only a humble priestess. Here! I come to pray. It was blasphemy what befall you, almighty Godzilla. What a god would dare stand in the way of the rightful avatar of this world's true master. I have been learning all I can about this meddler who calls himself Thor. He has fancied him many fearsome enemies over the eon, from the world serpent German to the dark elf Malachite, who sparked the war of the realm. Thanos, the mad titan, the elder god Thorinos, the unstoppable man god. Thoris defeated them all. Some would say earning the title of the greatest of all gods. But one villain there who was struck at the heart of thunder in a way unlike any other. A slayer of deities whose killing spree stretched for millennia, who wield a powerful weapon long sought shattered and lost. My ninjas have just returned from the vaults of the Collector, where the rarest cosmic antiquities are hidden away. There they retrieved the last sliver of the all-black, then the necrosword, the blade of God, the gore butcher. Yes, I believe it likes you. Sif, make ready the mead. The Thor has battled trolls and Aleph and rogue wizards in Brahini and earned himself a fearsome thirst. Strange, the guardian of the Bifrost does not heed her all-father's call. What could possibly distract the all-seeing? By the dead land of hell! Thor, he came without warning, could not be stopped. Oh, Father, avenge us. No, who could possibly do this? To the gods of Asgard! The roar and scream! The roar rang out through the ether, a cry that chilled the blood of the almighty Thor. The roar of the beast who had torched and trampled the greatest realm of the gods, the king of the monsters imbued with the power of gore. Behold, Godzilla the God Butcher!
Ooh!
That is terrifying!
Yeah!
Their battle carved its way through the nether space between realms, teetering through the branches of the world tree like a comet of Uru and black fire. The gods of Asgard were dead, but Thor had no time to mourn, no time even for thunder. 'Twas a night meant only for lightning. What went on inside the mind of the monster Godzilla? Its black eyes gave no indication of any thought beyond animal rage. But as the creature's necro-breaths began to obliterate entire worlds, to burn in the very heavens themselves, Thor could swear he saw the monster smile. And many leagues away, the archpriestess of the hand smiled with him. God bless the beast, she thought. God bless Godzilla, bringer of Ragnarok, the end of all the gods. Nay, Thor, and says he, nay, though Asgard be no more, one Asgardian yet live, and when the thunder god calls for vengeance, every storm in existence must answer. And so every tempest, every world across creation, every solar squall and cosmic cyclone, every storm that blustered and bellowed from anywhere throughout infinity, all came thundering to Thor, until there raged a superstorm beyond belief, a cosmic hurricane the size of a galaxy, the all-storm, a gale that threatened to tear even Thor to pieces. Yet still Godzilla stood. Fall, you beast, by all that is holy, why will you not chomp? This will be the end of you, Godzilla. This I swear on the blood of the gods. Even if it means the end of Thor, Mjolnir, the full power of the superstorm, we must focus in entirety through us for one last flight. Thank you, Mjolnir, for the wonders you have shown me, my friend. Godzilla, see you in hell! Light years away, the archpriestess could feel the loss. Without a word, she walked from the hand citadel into the woods and was never seen again. The halls of Valhalla were filled with song and crowded with gods, as the honored slain celebrated their well-earned rest, while for others, no rest seemed imminent. Scream! I hear you, beast. Tis this then, for eternity, eh? So be it. Hell, the shores of Gahol, land of the restless Farland, for Asgard! And so, every dawn in the land of the dead saw the battle renewed, combat beyond compare, raging until the end of time. Yet what is death? Every Ragnarok is but a new beginning, for stories yet untold, gods to be reborn down through the ages, and monsters who will never die. How was that?
That was the best one, hands down.
So what'd you think about all of these?
They had a lot of fun with it, clearly, and it definitely filled in a lot of what was missing and exploiting the things that were unique about the Marvel Universe with that initial crossover.
Exactly, and I gotta say, they were all good. Even the weakest ones were still good.
Yeah, it's like the metaphor I like to come back to. Just because it's the cheapest thing at the jewelry store does not stop the reality that it is still in the jewelry store.
That's a good one. And yeah, I mean, okay, let's start from the Fantastic Four one. What did you think of that one overall?
I thought it was pretty solid. Definitely not the best one, but not the worst one either.
Yep, just playing.
It's like exactly in the middle, or as in the middle as you can be with 6 issues.
Yep, Godzilla vs. Hulk, probably the weakest.
Yeah.
But it was so good, just more of a Hulk story.
It got a little bit lost in its own premise a bit.
It did. Spidey's second best one.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that one. They had so much fun with it.
Yep, and the artwork was hands down the best.
Oh, yeah.
That was sheer perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla vs. X-Men, second weakest.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And Fabian Nicieza, he actually even admitted when I talked about it, he did this more because they asked him to. He felt like you can't get anyone else to do it. Oh, well, the other guys are doing it, I'll do it. He really wasn't interested in Godzilla, but I gotta say, for not being interested, he still understood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla vs. Avengers was weird.
Weird and yeah, right middling the pack. It's kind of hard to decide which one is better of that versus the Fantastic Four. So I'd say they both kind of tie at the middle.
Yep. But this one, hands down, the best.
I love how mythic this one feels, because it's like a recurring pattern in mythology for storm gods to take down serpents. And I think they leaned into that very deliberately. And also just the ending monologue closed it all out, because it's like, yeah, these myths are often very cyclical, and it very much had that kind of epic mythic feeling to it.
And I say, best use of a different Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
All the other ones were just like little fluff for the backstory. No, this one utilized it fully to its fullest. And I gotta say, GMK is still one of my favorite Godzillas, as in the monster.
Mm-hmm.
Just because how ruthless it was.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, that was sheer perfection. And the fact that this was a sequel to it. I did not see that coming when I read this issue. I never would have expected it, but it makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, this is the guy who wrote the Gore the God Butcher stuff with Thor.
Oh, yeah.
And I gotta say, combining GMK Godzilla with Gore was that. I mean, just look at that. That has to be hands down one of the most terrifying Godzillas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, this was just a great project they did. A very good one. Well worth them coming back and doing it. You can definitely tell, yeah, they looked at it and realized, we kind of dropped the ball last time. Last time we just treated it as fluff. This time, because back then, Godzilla, it was the show had just ended, and most of the time people just knew about it. By that point, as reruns on TV was bad dubbing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't culturally well known. Nowadays, Godzilla is beloved, and they've realized, let's try that again.
Mm-hmm. Which is as good a reason as any to revisit the premise. And it's like, we've had worse excuses for revisiting premises and like this world of like a lot of remakes and rehashes. This was really, really fresh.
It was, and we're not done though, because they still have Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. That's going to be its own.
We'll get to that one eventually.
Oh, we will. It hasn't started yet, but when it does, we will. But yeah, this, again, I think this is one of the most fun we've had.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, just, and like I said, way better than the original Marvel. This makes up for it 100-fold.
Yeah, it does it in far less pages, too, because, wow, that was one big book to get through.
It was. But yep, so that was it for Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe. Thank you for joining me this one, Ingrid. Thank you, everyone else. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.